Hi, and welcome to How to Replace a Panasonic Toughbook CF29 keyboard. First, you need to carefully remove the battery and make sure your laptop is unplugged. During this process, be very careful to keep the various screws separate and associated to where they are to be replaced. Well, let's begin. Step 1. Remove the 2 screws from the rear of the hinge cover. Step number 2. Remove the 4 screws from the keyboard plate cover. Step number 3. Remove keyboard plate cover by inserting a flathead screwdriver between it and the keyboard. Gently pry towards the screen to release it. Step number 4. Gently pry the keyboard from the unit by pulling towards you. Try to ease off by using 2 hands towards the center of the keyboard. The keyboard itself is being held down by 2-sided tape. Do not yank the keyboard, as you may damage the keyboard controller board. Step number 5. Keeping the keyboard close to the unit, gently fold it towards the mouse pad. Step number 6. Rest the keyboard on the mouse pad until it is disconnected from the unit. Step number 7. Remove the 5 screws from the protective plate. Step number 8. Remove the 2 screws from the hinge cover. Step number 9. Press the screen backwards and gently remove the hinge cover from the unit. Step number 10. Remove the protective plate. There is a foam seal that may cause it to feel stuck. A flathead screwdriver can be used if necessary. Step number 11. Use a fingernail or small flathead screwdriver to loosen the ribbon clips on the long thin ribbon cable. Step number 12. Gently pull it from the clip. If there is resistance, you need to make sure that you have truly released the clips and that the ribbon cable is loose. Step number 13. Loosen the clips and remove the short, thick cable. If you are using a backlit keyboard, you will have a 3rd ribbon to remove in the same manner. Step number 14. The keyboard is now disconnected and can be removed. Step number 15. With the new keyboard, insert the short, thick ribbon cable and close the ribbon clips to hold it in place. It should be tight. Step number 16. If you are installing a backlit keyboard, you will need to insert a long, thin brown ribbon cable into a clip to the right of the clips used in the keyboard. Again, that's only if you have a backlit keyboard you're installing. Step number 17. Insert the long, thin ribbon cable into its ribbon clip. Step number 18. Make sure all of the clips are closed and the ribbon cables are tightly installed. Step number 19. Replace the protective plate, assuring that the foam seal is in place. Step number 20. Replace the 5 screws, and here's where you need to make sure that you use the small silver screws. Step number 21. Replace the hinge cover. Step number 22. Using the larger black screws, replace the hinge cover screws. Step number 23. Slide the keyboard at an angle towards the mouse pad. Be sure the tabs on the keyboard slide under the palm rest. Step number 24. Slightly bend the keyboard so that the tabs on the computer clip into the grooves on the keyboard. Step number 25. Slide the keyboard plate cover at an angle towards the screen. Step number 26. Press the keyboard plate cover flat to put it in place. Step number 27. Use the 4 small black screws to reattach the keyboard plate cover. Step number 28. Use the 2 remaining large black screws to secure the back of the hinge cover. And the final step, number 29, You now have installed a brand new keyboard on your Panasonic Toughbook CF29.